You know what I also find funny? So like I watch LCK. I watch LCK pretty regularly, and I watch like some games in Korean and some games in English. So there's English casters, right? And then there's LCK Korea, which is the Korean casters. And the difference in casting is like pretty staggering, actually. You can kind of hear that difference also in casters for the LCS and their LEC. So English speaking casters, I don't know about Russian casters because I don't watch that regularly, so I can't really speak for that. But I'm pretty sure they are closer to the English casters. But when the English casters cast the game, they commentate on what's happening, they always try to say, like, to vocalize what's going on as much as possible. So they would talk about like, let's say Alistair, there'd be like unbreakable will and the unbreakable will, blah, blah, blah. And the Lux with the binding. And they try to like say the champion, and then they try to say the ability. They try to say what's happening, who just died or who escaped, who just used flash. And then it turns into like this tongue twister kind of. They try to speak really fast and they try to relate to you what's happening so that you can understand what's happening even without looking. Like, you can just listen and you can kind of understand what's happening in the fight. English caster, this happens, that happens, he flashes over the wall. Yeah, exactly. And then you switch to the Korean casters, and then the Korean casters, I don't know if they just like gave up on trying to commentate on what's happening, or if that's what Korean people like hearing, I don't know. But they just scream. That's all they do. They just scream their heads off. So like, let's say it's a fight between like T1 and Genji, right? And let's say Chovy is on Corki and Faker is on Ari or something. They will scream things like Peka! Peka! Ari! Like that. Or Chovy! Corki! Like, they don't even explain what's happening. It's just three people screaming at the same time. Chovy! Peka! And it's like, what's going on? Like, I feel like I have to run to my computer or to my, like, wherever the screen is and, like, actually see what's happening. Like, I cannot understand. Actually, a lot of times, like, the LCK games start at, like, 5. And we usually eat dinner around, like, 6 or 7. So I start cooking at, like, 5. So I just have it on, like, my phone or something. And I just listen. I like to tune into the English one because I understand a lot better what's happening without looking at it. But like for like POG interviews afterward, like when you hear the players, then I would rather watch it in Korean so that I don't have the English translation on top of it. But like, yeah, the contrast is pretty real. Zoya for casting. I would probably be just like those Korean casters. I just scream. If there's Faker, I'll just scream, Peka! Peka! And if there's like Yankos, like I'll be like, Yankos! Yankos! And if there's Chovy, Chovy! You know, that's all you need to do to become an LCK caster. You just need to have a strong voice. Actually, a lot of the casters by like the third game, they are so raspy. They can barely talk. They're like talking like this because they scream their heads off. I don't know if that's like what they're trained to do or if that's like just the style or what. It's actually very rare that they explain what's happening. Worlds and LCS casters are the real rap god. I feel like the LEC casters are pretty good too, like Kadro. And those guys, yeah, they are like rap gods for sure. They pack in so much. In a way, actually, they are too fast for me. They explain so much so quickly that I actually have no idea what they say.